I never expected the girl I was supposed to hate, the market owner's spoiled daughter, to pin me against a shelf of gingerbread hearts and whisper she'd been watching me all night. Before I get snowed into the madness, tap like and subscribe so you don't miss the chaos. I always thought working the Christmas market would be cute and cozy, like one of those YouTube shorts where everything smells like cinnamon and no one argues about card payments. Instead, I walked straight into pure festive warfare. Stalls screaming for attention, kids running like unleashed reindeer, and me, Harper Leigh, holding a tray of hot chocolates like it was my last lifeline. My boss, Aunt Pippa, yelled across the crowd, "Harper, quit gawking. We're understaffed, underpaid, and overthrown by children," which, honestly, described our entire family business since 1998. But none of that compared to the moment I saw her. Elodie Finch, daughter of the market owner, local rich kid, and rumored to have once shut down a stall because the fairy lights were clashing with her aura. She stood like the main character of December. She clocked me staring and raised her brow like she owned the entire North Pole. To be fair, she practically did. Her dad ran the whole market and everyone either feared her or fancied her. Our feud began 3 Christmases ago, when she accused me of stealing her limited edition marshmallow mix. Lies. I'm many things, but I don't do marshmallow theft. So imagine my shock when Aunt Pippa announced, "Harper, you're paired with Elodie today." Her stall assistant called in sick. I swear I lost 5 years of my lifespan. Elodie looked me up and down, slowly, way too slowly. Try not to spill anything. My stall's aesthetic is curated. Girl, please. I smelled like cocoa and stress. She smelled like expensive vanilla dreams. The moment I stepped into her stall, I realized something tragic. Her stall was actually gorgeous. Gold ribbons, hanging snowflakes, warm fairy lights. It made mine look like a sad biscuit graveyard. Our first challenge of the day hit instantly. An entire girls' football team showed up screaming for Elodie's peppermint mochas. And she just gave me the orders and walked off. I was drowning, milk frothing like it was possessed, marshmallows exploding everywhere. At some point, a child asked if I was the entertainment. I wish I were joking. When Elodie finally returned, she leaned beside me and whispered, "You're doing great," surprisingly. That surprisingly stabbed me in the ego, not gonna lie. Then her sleeve brushed mine, barely, accidentally. But the spark was so obvious, I swear even the gingerbread men were watching like, finally. Challenge number 2 rolled in. The machine broke, mid-order, during peak time. Elodie groaned, "My dad's gonna murder me. This stall is my yearly project." Great, perfect. Love that for us. Me, being the resident disaster engineer, grabbed a spoon, a screwdriver, and pure chaotic confidence. "Move, I've got this." Elodie blinked like she wasn't used to anyone telling her to move. 10 seconds later, boom! A burst of peppermint steam shot out, blasting both of us in the face like the machine had opinions. Elodie burst out laughing. Actual, genuine laughter, not the soft, elegant giggles she gave customers. No, this one was snorty and adorable, and I hated that I found it adorable. She wiped peppermint off my cheek with her thumb, too casually. There you go. And my brain immediately shut down like a Windows XP error. Before I could say anything, Aunt Pippa yelled, "Harper, delivery truck stuck in snow. Get Elodie and help push." I turned to Elodie. She sighed like royalty, being asked to shovel a stable. We reached the truck and the snow was knee-deep. Elodie stared at it, horrified. This is barbaric. I couldn't help laughing. It's snow, not medieval torture. We pushed, and slipped, and fell. Mostly her. At one point, she grabbed my jacket, yanking me down with her, landing right on top of me. The universe was evil, truly. Her hair fell around my face. Her nose brushed mine. For a second, I swear she was leaning in, eyes soft, lips parted, breath warm in the cold air. Then Rufus, the delivery guy, yelled, "Oi, stop flirting in the snow. The van's free." We jumped apart so fast I almost dislocated something. Elodie's cheeks were bright red, but not from the cold. Walking back to the stall felt different, like the snow itself had seen too much. Elodie avoided my eyes, fiddling with her gloves as if they suddenly needed her full emotional attention. I wasn't sure if she was embarrassed or thinking the same dangerous thought I was. When we got to the stall, the peppermint machine made a sad, wheezing sound like it had PTSD from earlier. Elodie sighed dramatically. This day is cursed. Absolutely cursed. I shrugged. Could be worse. At least we haven't been trampled by reindeer. She stared. Don't jinx it. A moment later, a girl from school, Maisie, turned up and grinned at us. Harper, Elodie, are you two, like, a thing now? You were very snow-snuggly earlier. I nearly swallowed my tongue. Elodie nearly swallowed her pride. Elodie crossed her arms, cheeks still pink. No, we're not. That was just we fell. Maisie smirked. Yeah, people totally fall in slow motion on top of each other in snow. Very normal. I muttered. Maisie, please go away. Once Maisie left, Elodie turned to me and whispered, just so you know, I don't usually fall on people. I raised an eyebrow. Lucky me, then? Her lips twitched. Don't get cocky. Another crowd approached the stall, this time tourists who definitely didn't understand what a queue was. One man cut in line and 3 mums nearly started Christmas-themed violence. Elodie whispered, if I die, bury me in tinsel. We worked together surprisingly well, her taking orders, me making drinks, both of us shouting, next, like drill sergeants. At one point, our hands brushed again while reaching for the same cup. We both froze, again. This stall was flirting with us more than we were flirting with each other. Then came the next challenge. A little boy dropped an entire bag of flour right at our feet. The powder explosion covered us from chin to chest. Elodie gasped. I look like I've seen a ghost, I said. You look like the ghost. Trying to brush flour off each other was a mistake. Every time Elodie leaned close, her perfume hit me. Warm, vanilla, and something expensive I couldn't pronounce. My brain turned into cinnamon mush. Elodie suddenly stepped closer, brushing flour off my collar in return. Her fingers lingered a second too long. Hold still, she murmured. Trust me, I was frozen like an icicle. Before the moment could escalate into something catastrophic for my heart rate, Aunt Pippa returned holding a giant candy cane like it was a weapon. She took one look at us. Why are you two covered in flour and tension? I nearly evaporated. Elodie nudged me as Aunt Pippa left. Honestly, if this day gets any madder, we might as well start live streaming it. I laughed. Don't tempt me. People love chaos. Also, if you're still watching this madness, you should totally hit like and subscribe. Apparently, my love life is a public holiday now. Elodie snorted. Love life? Are you assuming something, Harper Leigh? Assuming? No. Hoping? Maybe. Her mouth opened in shock, and maybe something else. Then the snowstorm hit. Hard. Like the sky threw a tantrum. People ran for shelter while we scrambled to close the stall. Elodie panicked. My dad is going to freak. This stall can't take snow like this. I grabbed her hand without thinking. Come on, we'll fix it. We lowered the shutters, secured the lights, and covered the machines. Snow pounded like it wanted in. Elodie shivered, hugging herself tightly. For the first time, she looked small, human, soft. Are you cold? I asked. She nodded but tried to hide it. Without a word, I took off my thick jacket and draped it over her shoulders. She looked up at me with the softest expression I'd ever seen from her. You're not supposed to be this nice, she whispered. Too late, I said, adjusting the collar for her. She held onto the jacket, eyes locked on mine. And for a second, it felt like if the wind stopped, she'd kiss me right there. But then the power cut out. The entire stall went dark. Elodie screamed, like a full cinematic scream. I put a hand on her shoulder. Hey, relax. It's just a power outage, not a Christmas demon. We turned on a lantern, bathing the tiny space in warm light. It made everything feel strangely intimate. Elodie exhaled shakily. I hate the dark. Don't worry, I said softly. I'm literally right here. Elodie sat on a crate while I checked the fuse box. You're surprisingly capable, she said. I smirked. Is that your way of flirting? She sputtered. I wasn't. Her blush said everything. When the power flickered back on, Elodie sighed in relief, then realized she was still wearing my jacket. She clutched it. "I'm keeping this until the storm stops." I grinned. "That's fine. Looks better on you anyway." She froze, blinking like I'd short-circuited her entire soul. Outside, the storm trapped everyone where they stood, including us. Elodie met my eyes and whispered, "Harper, I think we might be stuck here." My heart did a dramatic backflip. Stuck. Together, in a tiny stall, with one lantern and one bed of unspoken tension. The stall shook slightly as the wind whipped across the market. Elodie wrapped my jacket tighter around herself, her teeth gently tapping from the cold and nerves. "Are we actually stuck?" she asked. "Yep," I said. "Welcome to festive imprisonment." Elodie paced back and forth in the tiny stall like a panicked Christmas hamster. "This is a disaster. My dad's going to think I abandoned the stall." "You're literally in the stall," I said. "That's worse." To distract her, I handed her a gingerbread cookie from the sample box. She stared at it like it offended her. "Harper, this gingerbread man has no leg. It's called character," I said. She laughed, finally easing up. Silence settled, warm and charged. She leaned against the counter beside me, shoulder brushing mine. "Harper? You're not what I expected." Oh no, my heart, my entire heart. I tried to play it cool, leaning back casually, except I hit a box of candy canes and almost fell over. Elodie caught my arm, laughing. "Careful, you nearly died from festive injury." "I'd die stylishly at least," I said. Her grin doubled. The storm howled again, lights flickering. Elodie shivered and stepped closer. "Harper, can you just stay? Like, right here?" I swallowed. "Yeah, I'm not going anywhere." With nowhere to go, we sat together on the crate in the corner. The space was tiny, so our knees touched. Elodie whispered, "Your jacket smells nice." "That's just me?" She blinked slowly. "I know." My chest tightened. "You really don't hate me, do you?" She shook her head. "I never hated you. I was just terrible at hiding the fact I liked you." My brain, blue screen error. I swallowed hard. "Is that why you accused me of stealing the marshmallow mix?" She covered her face. "Yes." I panicked. "You were cute and I short-circuited." I burst out laughing. Then she peeked at me between her fingers and said, "You are cute, by the way." My entire soul left my body and floated toward the Christmas lights. The wind rattled again, making the stall creak. Elodie instinctively grabbed my waist for balance. Her hands stayed there, warm, lingering. My breath caught. "Harper?" she whispered, voice soft and uncertain. "Yeah? Can I ask you something? Anything?" Her eyes lowered to my lips. "Do you want me to move away?" Oh, we were doing this." I shook my head slowly. "No, don't move." She exhaled shakily, like she'd been waiting for that answer all day. She leaned in, hesitant, soft, warming me more than the lantern ever could. Our lips brushed first, gentle and winter sweet. Then she kissed me fully, hands sliding up my jacket, pulling me closer like she'd been wanting this for years. And I kissed her back, snowstorm forgotten, the whole world shrinking to the tiny stall, and the girl in my arms. When we finally pulled apart, she buried her face in my chest, dramatically. Oh my God! I kissed Harper Leigh in a gingerbread stall. That's the best sentence you've ever said. She laughed, muffled. "You're warm. You're freezing." "Then fix it," she said, hugging me tighter. I swear I almost melted straight through the floorboards. We shifted to sit even closer, legs tangled. Her voice dropped to a whisper. "If the storm traps us here all night, I'm okay with that." "Me too." Her cheeks turned pink again. Eventually, the storm eased. The wind softened, snowflakes drifting gently, instead of attacking like icy ninjas. Elodie reluctantly released me. "Guess we're free now." Sadly, we opened the stall door carefully. The entire market sparkled, fresh snow covering everything like a perfect winter postcard. Elodie slipped her hand into mine. "I'm not pretending anymore," she said. "Good," I whispered. Aunt Pippa spotted us instantly and squinted. "Why are you two holding hands like that?" Elodie answered proudly. Because I want to. Aunt Pippa blinked. Right, okay. Merry Christmas, I guess. Rufus appeared next, shaking snow off his hat. Ah, finally! You two stopped flirting long enough to emerge from the stall. I groaned loudly while Elodie turned red. I hate him, she whispered. You love me, Rufus replied. No, she said. I love... She stopped, looked at me, and smiled. We walked through the sparkling market together, still hand in hand, still warm from the earlier kiss. Elodie leaned her head on my shoulder. This is my favorite Christmas I've ever had, she said quietly. Mine too. She nudged me. You know, that kiss wasn't a one-time thing. I smirked. Good, because I planned on stealing at least 5 more. She giggled. At least. With snow falling softly around us, Elodie slipped both arms around my neck and kissed me again. Sweet, warm, certain, right there in front of the whole Christmas market. And for once, everything felt exactly right. If you enjoyed this little chaotic snowy love story, tap like and subscribe so the algorithm knows you love a bit of festive good luck magic. Merry Christmas from me and accidentally from Elodie too.